Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making what I consider to be the ultimate vegetarian meatball sub. And even though this is not a typical sandwich in Spain, it's something I like to indulge with once in a while as it's truly comfort food at its best. And let me tell you, this sandwich has so many different layers of flavors to it. It's very easy to make where there's no tricky techniques or special equipment needed. And the best part, it's made with simple heart-healthy ingredients. Now to make the veggie meatballs, I'm making my famous chickpea meatballs. As for the chickpeas, you can substitute them for either white beans, kidney beans, or either pinto beans. Either way, folks, this is the perfect sandwich. Whether you're a vegetarian or meat eater, as with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. Now, Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients, like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's begin by draining a can of chickpeas into a colander and rinsing the chickpeas under some water. The size of the can that I'm using is 15.5 ounces, which is 440 grams. And once again, you can also use white beans here, kidney beans, or even pinto beans if you like. And then we'll shake off any of the excess water. Then we'll transfer the chickpeas into a large bowl. And using a potato masher or a large fork, we'll push down on the chickpeas until they're well mashed. Then we'll add in 1/3 cup of plain breadcrumbs, which is 40 grams. Crack in 1 large egg. Add in 1 shallot that's been finely chopped. 1 clove of garlic that's been finely minced. Finely grated 1 small carrot that's been peeled. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams. And half a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 1.5 grams. Then we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Once everything is well mixed, we'll push down on the mixture until we end up with a paste-like texture. And let me tell you, this is such an important step, as it's going to ensure that all the ingredients are well binded. That way later on when you cook your meatballs, they don't fall apart. To shape the meatballs, we'll grab a large spoonful of the mixture and squeeze it in our hands. Once again, this is to ensure that all the ingredients are well binded together. And then we'll shape it into a ball a little bigger than a golf ball. And if you see that your mixture is too wet to work with, just add in some more breadcrumbs. And vice versa, if it's too dry, add in some whisked egg. Once all the meatballs have been assembled, let's start cooking them up. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters. After a couple minutes, we'll add in the chickpea meatballs. And you want to make sure they're on a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we're going to go for about 7 to 8 minutes here, or until those chickpea meatballs are golden fried all around. After about 8 minutes, and the chickpea meatballs are golden fried, we'll remove them from the pan and set them aside. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, let's make our tomato sauce. I'm going to add in 3 cloves of garlic that I finely minced. And we'll mix the garlic around continuously, that way it evenly sautés. After 15 to 20 seconds, and that garlic is nice and fragrant, you don't want to brown it, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams, and half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is 1/2 gram. And we'll give it a quick mix. Then we'll add in a 14.5-ounce can of tomato sauce, which is 410 grams. You can also use passata here if you like. And season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. And if you see that your tomato sauce is too acidic, you just add in some sugar, baking soda, or even a little pinch of ground cinnamon. Then we'll add the chickpea meatballs back into the pan. And we'll gently flip each one, that way they're fully coated in the sauce. And then we'll lower it to a low heat and simmer it for a few minutes, that way all the flavors can develop. In the meantime, let's start getting our bread ready. I'm going to grab a couple bread rolls and cut each one in half, but without fully cutting them all the way through. I'm using typical hoagie style bread here, but you can use whatever type of firm bread you like. And then we'll add them into a preheated oven just for a few minutes, that way they can lightly toast. Okay, let's move back to the fry pan. After simmering the chickpea meatballs for about 5 minutes, this dish is ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat, add in some of the chickpea meatballs into the lightly toasted bread rolls, and top each one off with the tomato sauce. For the final touches, we'll finally grate in a kiss of cheese. I'm using a Spanish Manchego that's been aged for 6 months, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And top it off with some chopped fresh parsley. Check it out, our vegetarian meatball sub is done. Restaurant quality presentation, super easy to make, and made with heart healthy ingredients. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Seriously folks, when it comes to a vegetarian meatball sub, in my opinion, it doesn't get better than this. Time for the moment of truth. Oh my goodness. Or like my daughter Valentina would say, that right there is absolutely bussin'. Those chickpea meatballs kept their shape and they have such a great flavor. And then that beautiful tomato sauce with the paprika and thyme and that toasted bread roll for the perfect balance of goodness. You saw this easy to make, simple ingredients. Give it a try at home. Whether you're a vegetarian or meat eater, it's that kind of food that's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Kelly Lorang, Mary B. Markovich, Michael Macaulay, and Ronald Kemp. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.